Space, the final frontier. Space Station Ashland sits on the edge of Federation space with its companion ship, the U.S.S. Dilamus Christian. The space around them is full of mystery and strange wonders, where secrets are kept and danger lurks around every corner. The crew of the Dilamus Christian must navigate treacherous waters as they work to protect the Federation. But as they peer into the unknown, they will discover that the line between friend and foe is not always clear. They will be tested like never before and will face challenges that will push them to their limits. Join us on this adventure as we explore the farthest reaches of space and uncover the hidden truths that lie within the shadows. Tabletop Journeys presents Star Trek: Preservations. Right. Captain Tobor, you instructed Arvik to basically pilot around this gigantic blue star that you have tracked the Epsilon species ship to, and are coming in under the guise of stealth to come into view here. This is a planetless system. It is basically a star unto its own. The ship, the large kind of circular carapace of the ship with the interlocking plates across its hull, stands before you. How do you wish to proceed here, Captain?
Lieutenant Nealon, what sensors are telling us about this?
Why don't you give me a sensor roll to interpret the data that you're coming with? So this, again, it could be like just like a difficulty 1 challenge.
So I got a 1 success, I think. 1 success, and then a 19. But a 19 is not a critical usually, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there wasn't an expanded complication range. You're just running sensor sweeps on it. That is natural. You got your 1 success. So the information that you're getting is that you're starting to get indications that this is clearly an Epsilon species ship for one. That is definitely something which the ship would be equipped to go ahead and recognize. It is not triggering the full Epsilon species lockdown. The work that you have been doing to go ahead and plug kind of your mission parameters into the computers, realize that that would be a complicating factor in the mission that you guys are trying to accomplish if all of a sudden the ship got locked down. While it is clear that the ship is like, hey, Epsilon species, it's not locking down the ship. DC is cooperating on that front for you. It is, as far as you can tell, the ship is under normal power. It is properly powered, it is properly configured. You get a large reading on energy weapons that it has at its disposal, including some subspace components to it. And you get some sensor readings that are confusing a little bit. The biggest one that is probably some sort of a flag is that in terms of life signs aboard the ship, the result is 1. I am also at this point going to spend 2 threat, because the ship does have a reaction that can be triggered when it is scanned. At what range would you say the scanner is most effective at, Joe? Like, how close to this thing did you have to get?
I don't know. It's Star Trek. Outside of weapons range.
Yep. Okay. So I would say probably long range, I think, would probably be reasonable, because weapons range is probably like medium-ish, right?
Well, long range, like extreme long range is where torpedoes start to be. The next range outside that one is extreme.
Okay. Yep.
Which is this anything outside of torpedo.
Okay. Fantastic then. As you are scanning the ship, Narila, there is the best kind of comparison that you could make would be to a weapons array that activates and fires a Tetrion beam at the Dilamus Christian. But it seems to be slower than normal speed, and it is traveling at you.
Evasive maneuvers, Mr. Arvik.
I would like you to roll your evasive maneuvers, please, Mr. Arvik. I'm going to give a complication range on this one of 1920, because obviously an unknown weapon of some sort being discharged at you has a tremendous complicating factor for failure here.
Okay, so if you take this, you maneuver the ship in quick, unpredictable ways. If you take this action until the next turn, all attacks against your ship become an opposed task, opposed by your daring con, assisted by structure con of the ship. If you win, you aren't hit, and you may move the ship one zone.
I like it. So the evasive maneuvers itself are a post check, you said?
Yeah, so you know how normally it's like a fixed difficulty to hit
Sure.
an enemy ship? It turns
Correct.
it into an opposed roll.
Oh, okay, got it. So do you need to roll first to go ahead and do the evasive maneuvers, or is the fact that you're doing evasive maneuvers what make it an opposed roll?
We are the defender in this action, right? So we'll be
Correct.
rolling to set the target difficulty of their beam.
I like it.
I will have Arvik spend a threat, though, to roll a third die.
I'm down with
And
that.
again, this is daring con.
In fact, actually, I'm gonna take that threat back to go ahead and make the range 18 to 20 instead of just 19. Narratively, to make the complication range 19 to 20 made sense. If you're going to give me a threat, I'll spend it to go ahead and make it 18 to 20.
Okay, works for me. I'm going to assume his control con is normally his highest stat. Second highest, probably daring. So I'd say this is a 13.
Yeah,
I don't have a
yeah,
character sheet
daring
for it.
for sure. Yeah, exactly.
Correct. And then he's got helm operations as a foci, so he is going to do his thing. 15, 8, and 15, so he has one success.
One success. Okay,
And the ship will assist with structure con. So we'll want to roll for the Christian structure 9, con of 5, 14.
I like it.
Adam, can you roll for the ship? Looking for 14, 5 or less gets us a crit.
None of the above.
Okay, so one success then total for the evasive maneuver.
Apparently, we were
Arvik
all
was not
caught by
expecting it.
surprise.
All of us were caught by surprise, which is exactly the point. So what does that mean in terms of my now opposed to go ahead and actually hit you with the thing?
Your target number to hit us is a 1.
Fantastic. All right, then I will roll my 2 dice here. I don't believe it. So I have my one success, but I also rolled a complication, which I think just converts to 2 momentum for you guys.
So I would like to use the complication that we're able to raise our shields in time.
That's fantastic. Okay, I like it. I like it.
Instead of getting really caught flat-footed.
Yeah, I like it. Cool. So Arvik pilots the ship, but again, the maneuver that he took around the sun, weird gravitational pull, does not successfully get it out of the way, but the shields snap up just as the Tetryon beam hits. And the Tetryon beam flows very cinematically around the shields itself. And as if you like take your hand and dip it in paint and then kind of smear it across a canvas, it doesn't like dissipate. It lingers there. I am now going to spend 2 additional threat and roll a d6. Fantabulous. That's poor for y'all. There are now alarms on your control panels suggesting that there is something wrong with your computer systems. Specifically, the memory core are being targeted. Computers are going to be unavailable for assisting until you can spend the actions to go ahead and repair that.
Did we take any damage?
You
to the
did
shields
not.
or anything?
You did not take any damage nor suffer any breaches. Seems to be some sort of an infestation type thing.
And did that seem to occur from the nature of the Tetryon beam or it interacting with our subspace shield modifications?
It was definitely the beam itself has done a thing.
Okay.
Yep.
If the beam would have, I guess the question I'm asking is,
yeah,
but for Tanari's modifications, would the beam have hurt us and done this?
Had you not raised your shields in time, it probably would have done damage and done this. Since you raised your shields and were able to go ahead and mitigate the damage, thankfully I have the threat available, the infestation still happens. So, or for lack of a better phrase, whatever.
Or whatever.
Exactly.
Exotic particles.
Exactly right. Exotic particles are in the computer core. I am not going to spend any threat to go ahead and maintain the initiative. Who would like to go next?
I assume I'm getting yelled at to fix the computer.
I used my turn to direct Arvik to evade.
Correct.
And they hit us, and then it's essentially now someone else's action to go.
Yeah.
Because like I assume the bridge lights did all the flicker.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Like what the?
Yep. Like all of your L cars like scramble for a second.
It's not supposed to do that.
Exactly right. Yeah. Why is it playing Girl from Ipanema? What's up with that? It's like
Let me go down to the computer core with an engineering team and see what I can do to fix it.
I like it. Why don't you give me a check to please see what you can ascertain? You're trying to go ahead and figure out what the problem is.
All right. So trying to fix it, trying to figure out what's going on would probably be insight engineering, correct?
I like it. Sure.
What's my difficulty?
It is a difficulty of 2 and a complication range of 2.
All right. Then let me spend a threat to get a third dice. Procedural compliance to go ahead and get 1 success. And that's a 12 and a 9, so 2 additional successes, 3 total.
3 total. So you will gain 1 momentum. Fantabulous.
Joe, just one question. Joe, what the advantage of the engineering crew is I drop the difficulty by 1, correct? That means I actually have 2 extra successes.
So yeah, in theory, yes, technically, that's how it used to work in first edition. In second edition, you may buy the equipment of engineering teams at a -1 discount, and it's normally a 1 discount, so it goes down to a 0. So what you can have engineering teams for free, and they give you a reduced. It's like an advantage, so it reduces the difficulty by 1.
It nets out the same, but the math is different.
The math is the same, just how we get there, because now they created the equipment works more generically in second edition, and it's either lets you do something or it reduces the difficulty.
But the point is that 2 difficulty went down to a 1 difficulty, and I got 3 successes, so we should have 2 momentum. Plus I got a bonus momentum. Can I spend that bonus momentum to reduce the time so I can go ahead and start repairs?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so it was a 2 difficulty challenge. You in effect gain 2 momentum from it, and you want to spend 1 immediately.
Spend the bonus momentum I get from intense.
Yep. Okay, so you're still left with 1 momentum at the end of the.
I'm left with 2 momentum because my species talent intense gives me 1 bonus momentum.
Gotcha. I spend. You get an extra, so you gained 1 momentum from the challenge. You gained 2 bonus momentum, one of which you're spending immediately to go ahead and begin repairs.
No, I got 2 normal momentum and 1 bonus momentum.
Yeah, because he's chief engineer, he brought his engineering guys with him, so the difficulty was actually 1 instead of
1
2.
1 + 2 + 1. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
Click abacus map.
Exactly right. Fair enough. End result, then you guys are still left with 2 momentum after that's all done. And now you have spent 1 momentum to go ahead and understand precisely the nature of the issue and be able to begin repairs. Fantastic. That's excellent. So the nature of the problem, as you can see it here, is so clearly there's something that has been downloaded into the computer core that is biologic in nature. There seems to be biogenic goo in some of the isolinear chips. And as one of your compatriots opens the bulkhead to go ahead and get at it, a quadruped, this is my action for this turn, by the way, so the next action, a quadruped creature with plates along its back and spikes along its back jumps out at it
with the little things.
Yeah, exactly.
For the mouth.
It is different than that. It is a different creature, but very similar enough biology. You are in the right ballpark that it definitely belongs to Epsilon species. This is a new subspecies, maybe, of what you have seen previously. When this creature enters the game, I gain a threat back.
Okay. Then stab it with my Ushan.
You've already taken your turn.
But the extra...
Nope, that's fair. Yep, you gain some extra momentum. Yeah. So you want to basically use momentum to go ahead and keep initiative. And
yeah, that's what I spend the bonus momentum for, to keep the initiative.
I like it. Okay.
All right.
Oh, so okay, yeah. So instead of actually triggering into repairs, you're going to use your bonus momentum to go ahead and attack this thing instead. I like it. All right, fair enough.
I don't want to kill one of my engineers. So I believe hitting is daring security.
Daring security, yes.
Yep. All right, then I will then spend a threat to get an extra dice.
I like it.
All right, screw it. An extra threat and then an extra momentum to get 4 dice.
So 2 threat and momentum?
Yes.
And forgive me, this is the part that I always get confused on. What is his target based on the attribute and abilities of this creature?
So technically, it's an opposed security daring test.
Okay, fantastic. Yep. So
it would set the difficulty with its roll.
Yep.
You probably have a negative size trait because your species you're like this big and this long, and the Andorian trait versus their trait probably means there's at least a -1 like size and strength difficulty.
Yeah, that would make sense.
It's small.
Yep. It's small. The Andorian is big, and therefore it is easier for it to hit. That's fantastic. Right. It does have 3 personal threat, which it will spend to... I'm going to give myself some extra dice.
All right.
And you said it's daring and security, right?
Daring security, yes.
Fantastic.
Does my survival focus count for this, or is this...
This going to be hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah, so probably not.
I think I'll give you survival on this one. That's an
okay.
So I got 3 crits. I got 2 3s and a 2.
Ouch.
My 19 doesn't do anything.
I had 2 misses. However, because of my Ushan talent, I can re-roll those if I spent threat.
I like it because your target number is 6.
But it's small, so it's 5.
Oh, yeah, 5. You're right. Yep. Okay, so 5.
All right. I got exactly 5.
Fantastic. Okay. All right. In an opposed check, if it's equal, is that...
We get it.
Okay, you get... Okay. All right. Tie goes to the runner. Got it. Okay. What do you do for damage?
Joe, what do I do for damage?
Ushan is a blade. See page 242.
Vicious 1.
242, blade. It is severity 3. Vicious 1. Vicious lets you spend, I think, momentum 1 for 1 for more. I'm just confirming what the vicious quality does in 2nd edition because it used to make a delta count as 2.
Right.
Vicious. Oh, interesting. Vicious isn't a quality in 2nd edition, I don't think.
Let me go back to the talent.
Yeah, qualities. Yeah.
The new talent, at least in 2nd edition, it is a melee attack. It is a blade, and you can't set standard issue, so you always have it with you. And you may re-roll any number of...
I must have just copied it over from the 1st edition character sheet.
That's fine. And a blade has a severity of 3 and does deadly injuries.
It takes 3 damage or 3 severity, so it is otherwise injured unless you wish to spend 3 stress to negate the injury. Josh.
By the way, I also spent threat, so I get a bonus opportunity. Can I add that to damage?
It is a 2 to 1.
Oh, 2 to 1. All right, then let me take my bonus momentum and the 1 momentum we have left.
Okay.
And add damage.
All right. So you're going to go ahead and take the 3 and make it 4?
Yes.
Okay.
And do remember, Josh, the 2 bottom NPCs, like, they don't have a stress track.
Right, yeah. It doesn't have stress. Exactly. It does not have stress for a variety of reasons. Yeah. So it does not have a stress track, which means it just needs to go ahead and
take... It's injured and taken out.
Yep, exactly. Yep. Okay. So you swing your Ushan at the snarling beast that jumps out of the computer core at you, and you defeat it.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Saving my engineer.
So actually, even better, right? The engineering guy has the panel off of it, and it leaps up onto the panel, and you like stab it like into the panel, and like it's like stuck.
Right. Yep. I like it.
And then the 3rd engineer taps their comm badge and calls in security.
Okay, so there has been a call to the bridge for security. That was its turn. I believe it is your guys' turn again.
Yep. Someone else wished to go.
Ocean and then
yep. There's been a call for security, so that would seem to me Ocean, but that's...
Yeah, do we want to engage this thing yet, or just react?
So it depends.
Yeah. The plan was to show up and hit these guys.
Yeah, I called for evasive maneuver was mine. And we have been shot. The rules of engagement say you may fire upon an enemy vessel when you've been fired upon.
You have distinctly been attacked, exactly. Yep.
And you're sitting at the 2nd tactical seat.
Yeah. As a minor action, I'm going to lock target sensors onto the enemy vessel.
I like it.
A single enemy within long range. Next attack, I can either re-roll one of the d20s or pick the location.
I like it. Okay.
And as my major action, I'm going to, because I think we're at long range, you said, yes?
You're at extreme range, so that
Oh,
was
we are.
yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
If
So you'd have
that's
to
the
move
case,
into
we're
whatever
outside
range of whatever
we're
weapon you're on
outside of
fire. Yeah.
range.
However, the evasive maneuvers brought us into long range because
Oh, it did? Okay.
But I had been trying to not get into weapons range, but obviously, if we're within weapons range of it and we're not, Arvik's going to move us into range. However, the only thing that we have that has the long range is torpedoes at this time.
Yeah, I'm looking at that now. Yeah, I'm going to fire a salvo of torpedoes at it. I am targeting.
You don't have to decide now because you can either re-roll or let it.
Oh, that's true.
So
yeah, I might want to re-roll.
I like it. Okay. So would this be opposed again? Is that the?
No, it's difficulty 3.
Okay.
Because it's a torpedo attack.
Yes. If I'm going for its subspace weapons, that should bring in the trait that will lower its difficulty by 1. The trait that we created at the beginning. Yeah. All right. So that's 2. We don't have any momentum, so I'm going to spend a threat.
Okay. I am, in fact, actually going to take that threat to. It has a defensive reflex that I will engage for this.
So that is 4 successes.
Okay. I like it. 4 successes.
I haven't fired ship systems since first edition, so.
Yep. So basically, the 4 successes that basically needs to counter my resistance is that it's a 3 success challenge. By expending the threat to activate kinetic reflection, that adds a +1 to the difficulty. So you still are good at 4, so you have successfully hit.
Right, and I dropped it down to a 2, so it brings it back up to 1.
Back up to a 3. Yep, okay, fair enough. Yep.
All right, so I've hit. It does damage rating 5.
Okay.
So what do we do with that?
So that's the damage rating 5 targets my resistance, right? Are you spending any threat or momentum to go ahead and increase the damage output?
So they are quantum torpedoes, so they are high yield and intense.
Okay.
So let me double check. High yield. If it does a breach, it inflicts 1 additional breach. That's not going to help yet. But intense, you may increase the damage by 1 by spending 1 momentum rather than 2 as a repeatable action.
Yep. You guys are out of momentum, unfortunately, though.
No, because I got 1 from this.
Oh.
And because I spent a threat, I get a second 1 because I'm intense. So I could drop both of those to get 1 and 1 because I could bump it up by 2, or I could save the 1 momentum for something else.
At the very least, you should spend your intense 1 that's going to go away.
Yes. And then we'll bank the other 1. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, so that brings the damage then up to 5?
6.
6, okay. Okay, it has a resistance of 6. The quantum torpedoes basically hit the exterior plates and bounce off, for lack of a better phrase. And as you're watching it, like on the sensors, you're watching it flex a little bit as the torpedoes near, and it brushes them off. And you notice that they explode in very close range to the vessel. In fact, to the point that like you would think that if there were vessels that were in closer range than you guys, they may have actually been endangered by the yield of the torpedoes.
No effect.
Well, that's no good.
So on its turn, I'm going to spend 2 threat. From the concentric circles that you're staring at, it vents a cloud of material. The sensors are still running here. It is showing that it is a violent kind of surge of bioplasmic material. And again, it's floating like a globular cloud in kind of the immediate area in front of the ship.
Their ship or our ship?
It's in front of it.
Basically, it's put up some kind of a smoke screen.
You can still see it clearly. It looks more like some sort of like an environmental hazard. It has weird biochemistry signatures that you're not sure that you'd want to get anywhere near it. It would be Narila's turn next if she would like to take an action to try to determine the nature of it. That would certainly be appropriate for the science station, but there may be better options for her right now. But that's its action. Narila, I think you're the only one that hasn't gone.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that no one else
Yeah.
was going to say something. I was getting vibes. There was something in the air. Okay.
I dig it.
So I assume I'm still monitoring the sensors at this point.
Yeah, I would say that you were the one that got the information about this bioplasmic venting that it just did in front of itself.
Okay. And there was one life form was the anomaly. Was that the only anomaly you told me I noticed with the sensors, that there was only a single life form on the ship?
That was the one that sort of stood out as in terms of it was clearly identified as Epsilon species, and that there was one life form detected from the sensors.
And that's still true?
That is still true.
Okay. I think I want to get information about this bioweapon. Is there any way I can figure out like what this bioweapon or how many bioweapons they have? Because it seems like they have a.
So probably the action most relevant to that would be the major sensor action of a sensor sweep to scan for information, which is a reason science assisted by the ship's sensor science with a difficulty 1. If successful, the game master provides information on ships, objects, or other phenomenon in the zone. And then you, as the chief science officer, would get an additional bonus momentum to ask an additional question with that.
Are we still unable to use the computers
Correct.
as assistants, though?
So is it the ship not being able to assist, or just the ships cannot assist us if it's a computer-related assist?
Cannot assist if it's computer related. Exactly.
Okay,
You would need
so
to find
sensor
another department.
science is fine right now,
Correct.
right?
Correct. It's very strictly like by department. That department is offline right now.
Okay, great. So I would like to do some sensor sweep, gather information.
I like it.
I feel like this could be considered some bold science.
I'm down with that.
So-
This is
This is your call, Josh, but the action itself generally states it's a reason science attempt.
Oh, okay. All right. Yep. Sorry.
But the bold science doesn't specify that you have to use.
Oh no, bold's the talent. So if you want to spend a threat to get an extra die, then you would be able to reroll. I thought you were sorry. You said bold, and I immediately looking at Dave thought daring.
Right. No, a different.
Who doesn't
different
look at Dave
thing.
and think daring?
Yes.
I do want to use a threat to buy a die,
Oh yes.
and
Fantastic.
then because of bold science, I can re-roll a single d20.
Yep.
And then I also want what I can get for help from the sensors. All right, so I'm going to re-roll one die.
Okay.
And that's 3 successes.
Fantastic. So that will gain 1 momentum. Plus you get a bonus momentum for bold that you have to use immediately.
No, bold was the reroll.
Fair enough. Okay. Yep. So
She just gets the bonus momentum because she's chief science officer, that she can only ask an additional gain info question.
yeah, that's the one that I meant. So the question that you were asking was what the nature of the biologic weapons that it has in its arsenal is, right?
Yes.
Yeah. The sensor reveals that it is solely biologic weapons. It is a biologic weapon. Like you're scanning for biologic signatures in all of its core systems, and all of them return yes.
Okay.
So does that actually answer the question, I guess is what I'm saying? Or are you looking for more of a concrete number? Like the number of capabilities that it has?
No, I think that's useful, knowing that all of the weapons are biologic weapons that they have available. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes,
And
that is
essentially,
definitely
they
part.
are pretty much the entire biological system is.
Yeah.
I don't know what that sounded like.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So
you still get to ask an additional question. So
I guess the question I want is, from the sensors, am I able to determine a targeting strategy that would be more effective in
Yeah.
its hands?
So for sure that it seems that's an excellent question.
It is an excellent question. However, that is a different action, which is scan for weakness,
I thought, oh yeah, I guess it was, yeah.
and let our next attack be do 2 extra damage. But I think maybe information on what that biological cloud that it just pooped out, it would be like mechanically, like it's a hazard 4, don't fly the ship through it type thing, would be good information to have.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so when you were calling it a biologic poop cloud, you actually were not far off. It is basically a cloud of waste plasma that is now floating around it. It does indeed create a hazard around the ship in close range. So if any vessels fly into close range around it, there's things that they would need to go ahead and contend with. But you guys are not in close range, you are in long range, and you do not have to worry about the poop cloud around the spaceship. But yeah, that is what it is.
I just realized I'm like, I can't even suggest that course of action. No, I will. What if we light it?
Awful.
Just saying, you gave us the idea.
It is literally awful.
Yeah.
OFFAL.
Oh, OFFAL, exactly. Yeah. So, have I answered all of your questions, and have you any further actions to take on your turn, Miss Narela?
I think that answers all my questions that I'm allowed to ask.
Yeah, fantastic.
And I don't think that I have any further actions that
Excellent.
I can take.
I love it then. Okay, because it is a scale 5 ship, I actually get 5 turns around. There are only 4 of you, which means I will get 2 actions here without having to go ahead and spend a threat to go ahead and maintain the momentum so that everything is equitable. Its first action will be to... Sorry, Joe, does that make sense to you? Does it make sense to
No,
everybody?
I'm just calculating. I thought it shot us first.
That's a fair point, actually. It did shoot you first, so then it will get its 5th action first, and then its first action.
Oh, I see. It'll keep
Right.
the top of the round initiative.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. Top of the round. Exactly. Yep. So the very first thing that it's going to go ahead and do is, because it was scanned again, it's going to use its Tetryon ray once again to go ahead and attack. So I will first make that roll. That's going to be a contested roll, we determined.
Yes, because we're continuing our evasive maneuvers.
Yep.
I will just, and this may be one of these design questions you brought up, but in the traditional sense, for tactical, a ship needs a security rating of 4 or higher to have a second tactical thing and get a second attack in a combat round.
I have a security rating of 4.
Okay.
Yep.
Double check.
Yep. Nope. I appreciate the question. Okay. So do you guys got to give me my difficulty first since it's opposed?
Yep. Staven is going to use that 1 momentum left to get a 3rd die.
Okay.
All right. Now that he's not surprised, he gets a 1, a 3, 14. So he's got 5 successes. And the Christian, what was that? Helm action.
Roll the 5.
Structure con.
Yeah. I rolled a 5 for that.
And that's a critical success because we have a con of 5.
7 then.
Yes.
Okay. That's fine. Let's do the roll here. But I will spend...
You can spend 6 threat for those 3 dice.
Yeah, I sure could. No, you know what? There are much more fun things that I can go ahead and... So knowing that I will fail, I'm going to go roll my 2 dice on the attack here.
I tried to bait it out of him.
Both will succeed, but not critical, so I will gain 2 successes, but not enough. So once again, the gloop of the attack again surrounds the ship, does no damage on its way by. I will now spend my 2 threat.
That misses, not like hit misses.
Oh, that's right. It doesn't hit miss, it misses. You're right.
Yeah, so
yep. All right.
The slow Tetryon beam, now that Arvik knows what he's looking to dodge.
Yep. Fair.
Like a barrel roll.
Yep. Fair enough. That's a bummer because this would have been way more fun at the top of the round, but that's fine. So it misses with the Tetryon beam. So at the top of the next round, Dave, in the computer core, as again, you're working to go ahead and resolve this biologic goop that is coming up literally physically, the computer core, another monster pops out. So I will take the threat for it appearing, and that is my first action in round 2.
Okay.
My action would be to go ahead and make them appear, but do they get an attack when they first appear?
That is a good question. Reinforcements arriving is normally a threat spend.
Yep. I would say that'd be applicable. The ship specifically has an action that allows it to go ahead and trigger this thing, but it's analogous to a reinforcement.
Okay. So normally the reinforcement is just like a threat spend, like they show up.
Yep.
And then they would go in initiative order.
Okay. All right. So basically I could attack with it on my next turn, but I can't attack with it right now. That's totally fine. Yep. Fair enough.
Okay.
All right. Who would like to go first in this round?
I would like to attack the thing.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm going to command the engineering crew to continue with repairs.
Yeah.
I'm going to be yelling for security to get the hell down here. And I am going to spend 3 threat to get 2 more dice.
I like it.
And
Yummy, yummy threat.
I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to do it now. Starfleet citation for conspicuous gallantry. Once per mission, when the character pays for an immediate momentum spend by adding threat, they may roll 1d20. If the result is equal or less than the character's daring, 1 threat is immediately removed from the Game Master's pool.
Ooh. Okay.
And my daring is 11. That is a 3.
So 1 is immediately removed.
So essentially, you don't get the threat he just gave you.
Yep, that's fine. Yep.
All right. So I'm rolling 4 dice.
Well, before I got to give you your difficulty first.
Yep.
It will expend its personal threat to go ahead and roll 4 dice. 3 successes and a complication.
Nice.
What would you like with your complication, sir?
Can we go ahead and take 2 momentum?
You can have 2 momentum.
Okay.
And so is that 3 successes before the species trait of it being small and stabbable?
Correct. Yep. So your difficulty is 2.
All right. I have 120, which I'm going to re-roll. All right. 4 successes and 1 critical, so that's 6 successes.
Okay. Yeah, you run this dude through also.
So you said it was a difficulty 3 or difficulty 2?
There's a difficulty of 2, so you wind up you fill your momentum pool from the sounds of it.
Okay.
Yep. And as we determined from the damage calculation before, that's lots.
Yeah. And then with my bonus momentum for daring,
I
would like to keep the initiative and start repairs.
I like it. Okay. How would you like to proceed with the repairs, Mr. Tanari? And that was a bonus of momentum, so that doesn't count towards the momentum you just gained.
Correct.
It was just the bonus one. Yep, that's fine. I just want to go ahead and double check and make sure I understood.
We would like to try and destroy the biological material in the computer core.
Yep.
Probably by mimicking the same radiation that the DC uses on it when it goes to purple alert.
I like that idea an awful lot.
So I'm assuming I can use daring engineering on this.
I think that daring engineering sounds fantastic.
What's the difficulty?
So this, to me, introducing radiation scanning into the computer core is tricky and risky. I'm going to give it a difficulty of 4 and a complication range of 3.
Okay.
Does that seem fair?
That seems fair. So with my engineering crew, that makes it difficulty 3. I will spend 3 threat to get 2 extra dice. Excuse me, 2 threat and 1 momentum.
2 threat and 1 momentum.
All right, so I have 4 dice. I will put 1 aside because of procedural compliance.
Yep, so that's automatically 1 success, and so you need 2 more.
Automatically 1 success.
You have 4 dice for 2 more successes.
And my computer focus counts?
Yeah, you're in the computer core.
Nice. 2 crits.
Okay.
So 5, total of 6 successes.
Okay. You'll gain that momentum back.
And can we get it? I assume since I'm repairing the ship, I cannot get an assist from the ship.
I mean, I would say that it would be the computer department that repairs computer. So yeah, until the computers are up, the computers can't repair the computers.
All right. So it looks like the computer.
Plus, you also can't gain more momentum. Your momentum pool is also full. So that's unless there's a bunch of things you'd like to do with that. Yeah,
we can buy some.
Yep.
Let me buy it. Let me buy it.
Advantages and such.
Yeah.
Let me buy a trait with 2 of the momentum I immediately generated. Resistant to biological intrusion.
And how many? So you generated 4, right?
Correct.
But, yeah.
2 intense one, and we're already at 6, so we've got 6 extra. Let's make that a potent 3 trait with all that extra momentum. Like you just irradiated the heck out of the ship, and now the biological goo is going to not like it anymore?
Doesn't care for that.
Maybe just the computer?
Certainly the computer. Okay, tell you what, here's what I'm going to do, because that's a significant momentum spend. So I want to make it worth your while. I am going to let you, the computer is fine. Your computer core is blocked off. Totally fine. I'm also going to let you choose. How much momentum did you spend?
It'd be 6.
Okay, cool. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let you go ahead and do the 3-point trait on the computer core. The computer core is locked down, cannot be infiltrated by biologic goo, period. I'm also going to let you choose either 2 more systems with a 1-point advantage or 1 more system with a 2-point advantage. Do you follow where I'm going with that? Just because that's a significant momentum spend, but doing the entire ship sounds like too far the other direction.
All right, then just to make sure I don't say anything that isn't useful, what are the other systems on the list that you roll for?
So we've got comms, engines, structure, sensors, weapons.
Life support.
Those are the systems, right?
Sure.
Like, structure would be life support.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay. Then let me say engines and weapons, 1 point each.
Yep. Fantastic. Okay. It is its turn. It no longer has any of those thingy doozies. Okay.
Oh, just as a quick aside,
Yes.
the creatures I killed, make sure we don't disintegrate those so we can get them to medical.
I like it. Okay. So for my action, the ship begins to maneuver slightly. It's almost like it's tipping down, so you're no longer looking at kind of like the red concentric circles. It's like tipping down a little bit, and you notice across what would have been the backside of it from where you guys were positioned, a large sort of structure that appears that unleashes a torrent of energy your direction. Sensors are reporting that it has disruptor energy, and it is being fired at you. So I need, please, your defensive difficulty.
All right. Arvik will once again spend a momentum for 3 dice.
I like it.
And 6, 13, and 13. So he's got 3 successes. And Adam, you roll for the Christian. Looking for 14 or less.
I rolled another 5.
Another crit. So we are at 5 success. We're at
5
difficulty 5.
successes. Okay. So this weapon, it is intense. So when making an attack with the weapon, I can increase the damage by 1 by spending. I would spend 1 threat
Afterwards.
instead of momentum. Yep. All right. So there's a total of 5 successes, you said? Fantastic. So I will spend 3 threat and go up to 4 dice and see what happens here. So what did we say before? It was
It's normally control security
control security. All right.
is the pew pew
It's the
action.
pew pew. Yep. Okay. That's bad news for you guys. So that's 2 crits and a success for my 5. This beam, it's intense. Let's see. The weapon rating on a disruptor is 10. Is that right?
No,
it's
not.
I don't think so. Yeah. No. Disruptor
Should be. Okay. So it's an energy weapon. Is it a beam, a bank, or a cannon, or
so it's a spinal lance is what it is.
Spinal lance. Okay,
Yep.
if I remember correctly.
Yep. The spinal lance is, so the damage is ship scale plus 3. Okay. And it is in fact cumbersome. Okay, that's where I was seeing cumbersome. So weapons difficult to bring to bear, increasing the difficulty of the attack made using it by 1, which means that it misses. Balls. Yeah, okay. Arvik once again saves your bacon because, again, you see the ship almost like it tips down and you see this just tremendously powerful shot of biologic energy shoot. And again, just kind of like ripples by the shields as Arvik misses it, or it misses Arvik, or whichever way that's going to go. And yeah.
And so just to let you know, Josh, I think with the ship scale plus 3 plus the weapons rating,
yeah,
I think you are at 10 on that thing.
Yeah,
Which
that must be
is-
where that's where the 10 comes from. Yeah.
Is it like if you've got a weapon?
Oh, yes,
Nine?
exactly. Yeah, that's where it comes from because I have a weapons rating of 10. So 5 plus 3 plus 2 is 10. Yep. So it's not just the weapon with a rating of 10. Its total is 10. But it missed you. There's probably nothing that I can do to do that at this point since I have rolled. That's a bummer. Okay. Wait, hold on.
You can keep
No.
initiative for 2 if you would
I
like.
can keep the initiative for 2, but that's an awful lot of threat. You know what? So be it. I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to keep the initiative for 2. I'm going to burn an additional 3 threat to do that again. Actually, hold on one second. If this weapon is a torpedo, it can't be fired as part of a salvo. That's fine. It's not a torpedo. So it will once again. Do I keep the same difficulty as before, or do you guys
in
get
theory,
to roll again?
in theory, it's an every time,
Yep.
every attack.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
That difficulty was high. I want you to roll it again.
Exactly.
I mean, that's yeah.
All right. Yeah, Arvik's going to spend another momentum to get the third
Yep.
die.
I like it.
And, 2, 2, and 7. So that's 5 there.
5 again. Yep.
And Adam for the Christian.
I rolled a 19.
Okay, 5 again. All right, so I've got 4 dice. It's cumbersome, so my difficulty is actually 6.
You've got all that threat there.
I do. This thing
Could waste it all on this shot.
I could.
You can't
No.
spend the intense threat if you don't hit.
I know. The difficulty we said is 6.
Yes.
Do it. Do the blood thing.
Do it. Do it.
You know what? Why not? I'm going to spend 3 additional threat for a 5th die. And I'm going to bring my lucky blue die.
So you spent 6 threat.
Total 6. Yep. 7 successes. I got 2 2s, a 4, and a 9. The 17 will fail. The 2 2s and the 4 are crits. Total of 7 successes. And it has a weapons rating of 10. So what is the resistance of the DC?
So the resistance of the DC with its blade of armor is a 6.
Fantastic. Okay, so
we take 4 points to shields.
4 hits the shields. How much intense do I want to use?
None.
I don't think none.
Captain, shields down to 75%.
For funsies, I'm going to use 3. So 3 additional damage. Sounds like what, 7 pierces then through to your shields? Right?
Yes, 7 to shield. 7
to shields. Yep. Which, does that bring you into breach range?
No, not yet.
How far away from breach would 1 more bring you into breach range? No, it doesn't want you to breach. That's okay. That's all right.
Actually, it'd be 2 more because 8 to 16 is exactly 50.
Yep.
It's got to be more than.
Nope. Fair enough then. That
Yes.
is plenty.
Shields down to 57%.
Yeah. So,
what are you up there doing to my ship?
Yep. All right. It has now taken, that was its 3rd action this round.
Yes.
It's your guess.
So,
I'm not giving you the initiative.
Okay, so I want to take the opportunity to activate our crew support at this point. So the DC's got a crew support of 3.
Okay.
With that, so essentially it creates 3 NPCs that can act independently.
Sure.
So the first is going to be Alana Chem at the security station.
Yep.
Also, just to let you know, Joss, that brings into her Bajoran species trait of the prophet's willing. So, Dave, if you spend too much threat, we get more determination. So, just putting that one out there.
Yep. I could use more threat. Have at it. Yeah.
And then I'm going to activate Arvik as to be able to do his own actions and loose.
Get somebody else on sensors and scanners because we need to understand what's going on here.
Yeah, and then I'm going to activate Dorai in Science Lab to be working with and assisting Nilan on all the sensor stuff.
I like it.
So that's the crew activations. So I am going to once again direct Arvik for evasive maneuvers.
Okay.
So I'm giving him my bonus assistance. So that'll be my action command. And because I have crisis management as a talent, the direct action doesn't cost me any momentum where I would normally otherwise.
Okay.
So he is evading, and as part of that, his minor action is to move the ship into medium range, bringing our phaser array into
I like it.
range.
Okay.
And then we've got 3 momentum, right? Now we'll let them take another action first. I don't think it's worth it at this stage.
The Epsilon ship again pivots out of the position where the spinal lance had shot at you, so you're seeing its red underbelly once again, the concentric circles, and the sensors begin to show that a subspace echo begins to ripple from the underbelly of the ship, combined with this bioluminescent emission. I am going to compel y'all to make a control con roll to see if you can avoid a subspace information flood, which is designed to confuse your sensors and disable a system.
So is this essentially Arvix making a piloting task?
Yeah, exactly. It's control plus con. Yeah, it's not so much piloting. It's more, is the ship resilient enough not to have its systems affected by the thing?
Okay, so this is like a non-standard.
Yep, exactly. It's another attack. It's basically releasing more bioluminescent goo, but also using its subspace capabilities to impact ship systems.
Sorry, I'm asking who's making the roll then.
Gotcha. Anybody?
Standard roll, it would be a crew member assisted by the ship.
Yeah.
Is like Arvik trying to dodge it, or is it something else?
I would say that it's more the ship itself is trying to resist this.
Okay.
I would say.
So, Dave, do you want to give me an engineering roll?
From an engineering roll, exactly. Yeah, and it's control plus con.
All right. What do I need to roll?
So it's control con, which is 14. So fairly capable of successful. And then if engineering would like to assist, so it's backwards, right? Rather than a crew member rolling, it's the ship itself that's rolling. Could be potentially assisted by engineering while they are. Although they're busy cleaning up the computers, or is that? Did we complete that? Did you get the?
We completed
That's
that.
right. Yes. Yep, you completed that. So the engineering team is available to assist. So
yeah, so I can roll for engineering.
Yep.
So who's going to roll for the ship?
Somebody roll for the ship then. So it's a difficulty of 14 for.
Yeah, because that'd be computers con actually.
Yeah, right? Which is 13. Yep.
No, I got 14.
That's funny.
Con is 5. Computers is 9.
I wonder if the ship that's up in the G drive is not updated, because I have a con of 4. I'll go with your sheet.
Because I mean, I bet Lee didn't add the new mission profile as a patrol ship in 2nd edition gives a +1 con.
Yep.
So it probably hasn't been updated yet.
Yep, fair enough.
Ooh, 4 and a 5. So DC gets 2 critical successes.
2 critical successes. Fantastic. Cool. Then your systems are not scrambled by this subspace attack, which is designed to scramble your systems. And you would gain 2 momentum for the pleasure.
So can I spend those 2 momentum?
Yeah.
To create the trait, DC is mad.
So that's actually a very interesting. So by DC, you mean the artificial intelligence that lives within your ship. Yeah. Yes, you can create the trait. So what's the effect of the trait that you're wishing to go ahead and convey?
Essentially,
you can use a different adjective.
Yeah, okay. Pissed? No. Essentially, on the mechanical part of the trait is on weapon attacks, it's going to make the difficulty 1 because it's angry, scared, mad.
Yep.
This is what it was designed to fight against.
Yeah. I'm going to modify the adjective a little bit for narrative flair. The mechanical effect is exactly the same, but instead of DC is mad, DC is empowered.
Works for me.
Yep. Okay, so it is your turn.
Yes. So I'm going to hop in and I'm going to direct.
Didn't you just do the last one, though?
Did I?
Yeah, because you summoned the new crew.
Oh, sorry.
Yep. Ocean, Narila. So, Narila, you just got Dory down there to go ahead and help you with the scanner sweeps. I know last time you were trying to go ahead and find sensor weakness. Would you like to go ahead and try that part of it again after now determining that you're dealing with a biologic entity of some variety?
Yes.
I like it.
Would.
Fantastic.
Perfect. So your scanning for weakness is control science, assisted by the ship's sensor science, and Dorai's control science as well. And is this difficulty 2?
Is this opposed again, or
difficulty 2?
Difficulty 2.
So it's essentially a trait.
Yep.
Right? A trait by any other name.
A trait by any other name is still
And I do bold science as well on this one, and
if you spend a threat, you may.
Yeah, and buy a die with a threat.
I will buy a die with a threat. Okay, have it.
All right. But I'm using the ship's sensor so I can reroll a die. Is that
Is that
Plus
the
your
that's
bold as well.
officer? That's oh, okay. I want to
Yep.
reroll a die. I don't
Okay.
really care how I do it.
that sounds like a complication.
And I reroll to a 1, which is amazing.
Nice.
Okay.
So I have 3 successes. I got 1 and a 6, and then the
All right.
15 just squeaks out because
Sensor security is a 15, which right on the nose for the DC.
Okay. So
Assist,
2
and
additional
then
threat. Yep.
and Dorai gets their assist control science,
Yep. Dave, Adam, would you roll for Lieutenant Dorai, please?
which I don't know. Would that be as
Okay.
an NPC, as a supporting character?
Yep.
Is control her primary attribute? Think of reason, insight.
I would assume
would
probably
say-
reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
Being a scientist.
So she's probably going to need a 13.
4.
Now let me flip over to our crew roster.
What was the role? It was reason. It was
Xenobiology?
reason. It was reason
Our
science.
xenobiologist, so that would be her focus.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can
wow.
she
Yeah.
use her focus in xenobiology?
For sure. Absolutely, she can. Yeah.
So that'd be considered a crit,
Yeah.
Dave.
Yep. And it was a 14 anyway, so it's even better. Yep. Okay. Fantastic. So that sounds like you gained 4 momentum. You only had space for 2. The weakness is like you now have the trait that basically says, oh, we can reconfigure the weapons arrays to go ahead and specifically target this ship's weaknesses. Which, if I remember correctly, basically lowers the difficulty of your attack rolls now.
okay.
And you have 2 momentum that will be lost at the end of the turn unless you spend it. So,
Do we want to
Oh, no,
spend
for
it?
the scan for weakness, it gives a +2 damage.
oh, plus 2 damage. Okay, even better. Okay,
And
that's
then
fine
the
too.
bonus of the 2 momentum will do create the trait,
Yep.
like weapons reconfiguration.
Yep.
Do we want to
Yep.
use the bonus momentum to keep the initiative?
Ocean hasn't gone yet, so
Yeah, okay, let's do that. I like
okay.
that.
All right, you have the momentum to do both. Like you could spend 2 to keep momentum, and spend 2, and you'd still be at 3 momentum.
Yeah, but we need the 6 for the damage.
Yeah, fair
Penetration.
enough. Yeah, fair enough.
You're like, please, security. Can somebody please send security?
Yeah.
That momentum, security.
No, stab. Security, never mind.
Yeah, never mind. We're good. Yeah, don't need security. We've got a Tanari. Just rename the department Tanari at this point. All right. So you're spending 2 to go ahead and keep the initiative, but you're still tapped out. So there you go.
Okay, I think we have. You want
Phaser attack with the ship. So it is control security.
Yep.
Normally difficulty 2, but with our trait advantage, it's down to a 1.
Okay.
Fantastic.
And I just need the 1. The additional momentum build isn't going to help us with the damage, right?
I will, because we can spend a 2 for 1. And phasers, they have the versatile quality, which gives you bonus.
Then I will
momentum.
buy a 3rd die with the momentum.
And you are staying in medium range right now?
Yeah, we don't want to get near that cloud.
Yep.
So that is 4 successes.
Fantabulous.
All right, so that's 3 bonus momentum.
Yep.
We were at 5, right? Now we're up to 8 currently. And phasers have the versatile quality, so we get 2 bonus momentum. So we've got
Woohoo.
10 right now.
Yep.
You didn't spend a threat, Adam.
That is correct.
Okay, so we're just at 10.
Exactly. Only at 10 momentum. Yeah.
Only at 10, because our damage rating with the phaser array is a 5. So we're going to need to spend at least 2 to get over their resistance. Because the resistance was a 6, right, Josh?
The resistance is a 6, correct.
All right, so we going to need to buy at least 2. So we'll spend 4 to get 2, and an additional 2 more. So we'll do 8.
Okay.
Reduced by 6 to
So
2, and then the scan for weakness gets us to 4.
It's to 4. Okay, fantastic. Your phasers cut into newly tuned for the specific weaknesses. It's like it slices in between 2 of these carapace plates that you have spotted underneath, releasing a stream of biologic material. I'm going to spend 2 threat. And the stream of biologic material is, as opposed to the other cloud of poop that's just kind of sitting there, the stream of biologic material is floating towards you.
Like acid blood.
Yeah, it's like acid blood, exactly. Yep. Fantastic. Cool. So then, unless you are spending further momentum to keep actually, I don't think you can keep initiative because you're all done, and I have not completed all of my turns.
So we did activate the crew members so
Yep.
that we
Yeah.
could do that.
Yep.
I was
Okay.
going to say Alana would still technically have
Yeah.
a turn, wouldn't she?
Yep. Because I'm trying to remember how many turns. I think I've only had 3 turns this round.
So yeah, you're next, and then
Yep.
Alana.
Yep. Fantastic. So I am going to, again, so another array type weapon from the body of the creature begins to pulse with energy, and a beam shoots at U.S. Give me my difficulty.
All right. Arvik spends one more.
One more momentum for.
Yeah, there's another momentum. Actually, you know what? He's going to get it with a threat.
Yep.
Since you're down to 1.
Yep. I like it.
I'm no longer afraid.
Oh, I appreciate that. Oh.
Ooh, 14, 9, and a 2.
9 and a 2. So it sounds like
1,
4
2,
successes.
3, 4 successes. And
4
then
successes. All right.
Adam the Christian.
8.
All right, 5 successes.
5 successes. All right. I will spend 1 threat for an additional die. Will not succeed. I rolled 2 18s and a 15, so those are not good rolls for hitting you with a weapon. Again, as Arvik sort of pilots out of the way, this Polaron beam shoots by the Dilamus Christian, harmlessly trailing off into the universe. All right. Sounds like Alana.
All right. Alana will fire phasers. She will spend a momentum and 2 threat for 2 additional dice because
Okay.
she's had enough of this. She is rolling, I believe you said it's control security.
Control security, difficulty 2.
All right. And she has the focus of phasers.
I like it.
Yeah, she does. Pew pew.
Pew, pew.
She's a resistance fighter, so yes.
Yeah.
4 successes.
All right. That sounds like 2 more than you need.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. And then the phasers generate 2 more bonus momentum. We're at 7.
Yep.
So if we spend 4 of the 7, plus the scanned for weakness, we do 9.
All right.
Less the resistance.
Fantastic. So 9 minus 6, so 3. Okay, cool. A large swath through the meaty flesh underneath the exterior carapace of the ship streaks through. Cool. For its turn, it begins to glow with radiant bioplasma energy across its surface. The wounds shift and seem to stop bleeding.